Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, dear participants. It is my great pleasure, and I am honored to join you virtually for 2022 Global Packaging Forum, Propak Asia. My name is Aslıhan Arıkan. I am the immediate past president of Asian Packaging Federation, APF, and also Secretary General of Turkish Packaging Manufacturers Association, ASD. Today, my topic is packaging for environmental sustainability. The content of my presentation will include prevention, reduction, and renewables, recycling, plastics and environment, legislation in Turkey, zero waste management, mandatory deposit system, packaging taxes, and plastic shopping bags. And finally, I will conclude my presentation with future of sustainability. How we prevent the packaging waste formation? We can remove packaging or reduce packaging. If we remove packaging, there will be some risks like low product preservation and increased risk of food waste. Therefore, reduction is possible, and usually it is the best way to decrease material waste amount. As manufacturers, our purpose should be to develop high-performance products with less materials. Underpackaging is dangerous because we will waste food. Overpackaging is not good because we want to save our resources. Therefore, we need to optimize our packaging design. Let me show you some examples from Turkey. Reduction can be done by green and new technologies like hybrid printing system without solvent or chemicals. Lightweighting glass bottles and plastic canisters, and reuse can be a good choice for some rigid containers, as you all know. Renewable materials like bioplastics have great importance today as alternative resources. Renewable sugarcane resource polyethylene and bubble wrap compostable cargo bags are some examples from Turkey. Paper-based packaging is also used as an alternative to plastics in some applications, as you see in the slide. Remember this, plastics have shaped the modern civilization, and they are used in many applications, such as sports, health, technology, transport, and of course, packaging. If we look at the plastic demand by sector, we can say that packaging is the biggest end-use market, having around 40% share by volume. Unfortunately, packaging receives much negative publicity because of environmental issues. We all know that there is a need for packaging. When food waste is considered, packaging is the part of the solution, not the problem. But environmentally, plastic packaging pollution is the problem. For example, Europe cannot have enough capacity to recycle the polyolefin waste, so they export those waste to Asian countries, and those waste becomes the problem of the Asian countries. Therefore, we have to take the positive action for moving to a more circular economy. The new plastics economy, stated by the Ellen MacArthur Foundation, shows us reducing material consumption, using only recyclable plastics and recycling more will be very important in the future. Also, there is a climate change problem. You know that 55% of the total current emissions of the world are for energy, such as fuel in our cars or the electricity that we use every second. Remaining 45% is generated from making products. So how we reach zero emissions in 2050, we have to transfer this 45% to circular economy. Unfortunately, we are at the beginning level. There is too much work to do. Recyclability and recycled content become very important in these years, such as no metallization in chips packaging, beverage bottle labels from recycled PET, water bottles having at least 50% recycled content, and of course, mono materials like monopolyethylene, which is easily recyclable, flexible packaging, are very good examples from Turkey regarding recyclability and recycled content. You can see some other examples in this slide. As a note, almost all PVC bottles are replaced by PET for packaging because PET is more recyclable than PVC. We also reduce carbon dioxide with alternative materials and recycling in many areas. And packaging manufacturers measure how much they reduce carbon dioxide by recycling as well. This is a good table collecting all type of materials. When you recycle packaging, you will have less carbon dioxide emissions. This table includes measured data by companies and institutions. For instance, if we recycle 1 ton of steel packaging, we will save 1.5 tons of carbon dioxide. Current mechanical recycling technologies are downcycling processes, unfortunately. We need new technologies for upcycling products as stated in circular economy. Pyrolysis is an alternative method for polyolefins like PVC, low-density polyethylene, and polypropylene. And chemical recycling is another alternative method. We need for developed technologies to reduce carbon dioxide emissions during chemical recycling as well. For all this transition, we need for incentive funds. This example is a very good initiative from my country, Turkey. There are two companies performing chemical recycling for PET. The method is depolymerization in glycolysis system. And we have now rPET content up to 50%. And it is also used in carbonated soft drink industry, water, hot fuel applications, bio-PET films, and some textile applications. This process is allowed by the Turkish Food Contact Materials Regulation. And it is measured that it generates less carbon footprint compared to the original PET production. Chemical recycling of PET depolymerization has reduced greenhouse gas emission of 1.5 ton carbon dioxide equivalent per ton input. Let me summarize related legislation. In Turkey, we have zero waste management system. It is the one system for collecting all types of waste from the buildings. And it is operative since 2019. Local administrations are obliged to establish zero waste management in all buildings. All municipalities will establish at least 2 separate collection systems for recyclables and other waste. Also, we have mobile waste collection centers, and we have 2023 targets which is 35% recovery in Turkey by zero waste management system. Also, we have mandatory deposit system for single-use beverage bottles. We are aiming by separate collection for good quality recycling. Our target is 90% separate collection by 2025. And with high quality recycling, we measure 4% less greenhouse gas emissions we have in 1 year. This is a good example for sustainable consumption of raw materials and conservation of resources. In my country, in Turkey, there is a strict packaging tax legislation by law, which covers plastics packaging, glass packaging, metal packaging, paper and cardboard packaging, aseptic, composite, beverage packaging, wooden pallets, and plastic bags. All beverage packaging is taxable by piece. Remaining packaging is taxable by weight. And all producers and all importers of packaged products, are obliged to pay this tax. It is operative by the beginning of 2020, and the tax amount is updated every year. Finally, there is no exception for the recycled content in packaging. All packaging are taxable. One final example from my country is reducing plastics bags in shopping, for shopping and retail stores. In order to decrease the amount of retail bags or carry out plastic bags, which are excessively used for garbage disposal after use by consumers, all shopping bags should have sold at reasonable price on January 1, 2019. And plastic bags are sold in supermarkets and other retail shops with unit price of 25 Turkish penny per piece. The environmental ministry makes statements on targets for reducing plastic shopping bags every year. And according to the data from ministry, consumption is decreased 75%. And before 2019, we consumed 35 billion plastic bags, which means 44 plastic bags per consumer every year. And we prevent 354,000 of plastics waste formation. And also it led some prevention on greenhouse gas as well. It was observed that the contribution of Turkish consumers' habits has been very high, and we can say that solution is reusable bags for shopping or retail centers. Finally, let me conclude my presentation for future sustainability in packaging area. Packaging has many requirements, but today protection against external environment has become the most important packaging requirement because of the pandemic. We have to rethink, redesign, reduce, reuse, and recycle packaging. And also, we have to empower consumers with the ability to lead their lives in a more environmentally positive way by using sustainable packaging. We understood how important and necessary barrier packaging. We have to focus on mono materials and, of course, recycled content. During the pandemic, we stayed at home, did online shopping through small screens. We can say that packaging and logistics will be the key industries for the future. On the other hand, there is over-packaging and mixture of different materials for shipment of goods in e-commerce, like corrugated boards and boxes, plastic bubble wraps and stretch films, labels and tapes with adhesives. There is packaging waste problem because of growing e-commerce. Therefore, we need to rethink and redesign those e-commerce packaging materials for future sustainability as well. Consumers demand increase in life expectancy. We believe that increase in life expectancy can be achieved by using packaging. There is no way back from packaging. Let us redesign and use it properly, and let us save our planet together. Ladies and gentlemen, dear participants, it is a great pleasure to join you virtually today. Stay healthy and safe, and thank you for the invitation.